friend Sophia here. Today we are going to make a vanilla cake for Sophia's birthday. This vanilla cake is delicious. I usually don't like vanilla cake. Well, I take that back. It's not that I don't like vanilla cake, but usually vanilla cake is just bleh. Not this vanilla cake. You've got to try it out. Ready?
Sorry, chocolate.
Let's get started. First things first, gotta put the hair up. All right, second, oven, 350. We are going to prep our bake pans. This cake recipe will have 3 layers. So I have wax paper here, parchment paper, and I'm going to cut into a circle. We're going to spray the bottom, spray the sides.
Okay.
And we're going to put that on top and just do a little. Okay, so there's one. Okay, so while Sophia sprays the pans, we are going to cream some butter, sugar, and salt. We have 1 teaspoon of salt. We have 2½ cups of sugar. And we have 2 sticks and 2 tablespoons. So 2 sticks plus 2 tablespoons of room temperature butter. Put 2 of those. I will add 1 egg at a time while Sophia has this, okay? All right, so the 4 eggs are now in it, and we're just gonna incorporate it all. All right, I'm gonna wipe down the sides. Okay, so the mixture that we just did with the eggs and the cream and the salt, we're gonna put that to the side, and now we're in another bowl. We're gonna take some flour. We're gonna do 3½ cups of flour.
1, 4, red.
We're now going to take 1 tablespoon and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So in this bowl we have the flour and the baking powder. And here we're going to put 1 1/4 cup of milk. And we're also going to take 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. And now allow me some vanilla. Okay, so we're gonna beat this butter mixture, and we're gonna add the flour mixture and the milk mixture alternating. We're first going to start with the dry mixture. So I'm going to take a cup, stick it in. Right, let's add some of the milk mixture. All right, we're going to add some some more of the flour mixture.
Had to have it again.
I know when Sophie said she wanted the vanilla cake, I was like, what? Because she loves chocolate.
Yeah.
That means this vanilla cake is 2 thumbs up, right?
No, chocolate cupcakes maybe though.
All right, let's put in the last bit of the flour mixture. You want to put in the milk mixture?
Oh, the rest of it?
Yep.
Okay.
Now the last part of the milk mixture is now going in. Oh yeah, I can smell the vanilla.
Oh, it smells so good.
Okay, it's all incorporated, it's all mixed in. There's our batter. Now, we're gonna put it in the pans. Okay, so because I wanna make a 3-layer cake, I'm going to measure out my batter so that it's evenly amongst the 3 pans. So we're gonna start with 1 cup each. Now we're gonna spread it all around. Okay, so we have put our batter into 3 cake pans. Our oven is ready to go at 350, so we're gonna pop these in. We're gonna bake it for 20-ish minutes. All right, y'all, I just took them out and this is what they should look like. They smell so good. The smell of vanilla is in the air, I'm telling you. Now we're gonna let them cool down. Okay, so our vanilla cake is out of the oven. It's cooled down for 15 minutes and now we're gonna flip them out. Okay, so now that our cakes are out, I'm going to teach you a little trick to keep your cakes moist. I have here sugar water. What you do is you take 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of water, put it on the stove until all the sugar dissolves, and then turn it off, and now you've got sugar water. So you put a little bit of this on top of your cake before you store it, and your cakes stay moist and delicious. I started doing this a while ago and I will never not do it now. It makes such a difference in the cakes, the flavor, the moisture. Yeah. Another trick to keep your cakes moist is to wrap them in plastic wrap individually while they're still a tad bit warm, and then stick those in the refrigerator or the freezer depending on when you're going to need it. I need this cake in a day, so I'm not going to stick it in the freezer, I'm going to stick it in the fridge. But you can stick it in the freezer and your cakes will last for a while, so you can always make these ahead of time. Okay, so now that all of my cakes are wrapped in plastic wrap, I am going to put this in the fridge to cool it down a little bit until I want to frost it. Okay, so now we're going to make the frosting for our vanilla cake. We have 4 sticks of butter.
Can I put it in?
Yeah. now that we have our 4 sticks of butter in here, we are going to beat this up. Okay, so now that our room temperature butter has been beaten probably about 2 minutes, we are going to add 1 package of cream cheese.
Can I put it?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
It's fine.
And we're going to beat this for probably another 2 minutes. We're going to add a pinch of salt. Then we have a vanilla bean.
You smelled the bag?
Dude. So I'm gonna cut it in half and then I'm going to slice it down the middle. Then, now that it's sliced down the middle, I'm going to open it up. So I'm going to scrape all of
Oh my gosh.
all of the goodness out. So now we're gonna put this on for maybe another minute or so. Okay, so I'm gonna scrape down
The sides?
the sides. Okay, so now we're going to gradually put 3.5 cups of powdered sugar.
Smells so good.
You gonna put this cup in?
Yes.
Stick that at the bottom. Good. Now we're going to put this on.
Thank you.
Okay. You're a hot mess, girl.
Hey!
So we just put our 3rd one in. Hot mess. Okay, it's done. And who remembers when they were a kid and their mom would bake and allow them to eat the frosting?
I do.
Yeah, so good.
I don't want to taste the vanilla.
So I have a cake. It's my DJ cake turntable.
This you do with one hand.
All right, so now I'm going to put my cake together. So I plopped some in the middle. Now I'm going to apply even pressure and turn it. So now we have 1 layer on. Let's put the other.
Ooh, that is crisp. That is smooth. And rather than really those cakes. Ooh, that's vanilla cakes. You know what that's chocolate? No. Hey!
So we're just gonna put a thin layer in, because what we're trying to do is just trap all the crumbs. This is called a crumb coat. So the beauty of putting your cake in the fridge or the freezer is that when you put the crumb coat on, it's cold and it just makes it a lot easier. And you don't want a lot of the frosting, you're just trying to fill in the gaps and lock in all of the crumbs. Okay, so I have put the crumb coat on the cake And then I took out my cake scraper, and I'm just going to make sure that my sides are super flat. All right, so now we've got our crumb coat on. I'm gonna pop this in the fridge and let this set, and then I'll be ready to frost it. All right, y'all, Sophia's cake, vanilla cake, is made. The crumb coat is on the cake. It's been sitting in the refrigerator overnight. And we are ready to make the buttercream frosting that's gonna go on the cake. So first, we're gonna use 1.5 sticks of butter. Room temperature butter that is soft. I'm gonna put that one in there. Did you wash your hands? You better go wash your hands, girl. You cannot help me cook. Your hands are dirty. Cry. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna beat this butter for 5 minutes, okay? And it's gonna turn white. So you know butter's like yellowish. When you beat it for 5 minutes, it'll be white. So let's put the timer on and start this bad boy. All right, it's been 5 minutes, and I'm going to wipe down the sides, and I'm also going to show you how white it is. Look at that. Nice, right? Okay, so now we're going to add 3 cups of powdered sugar that I'm currently putting through this little, what do you call this, sifter? I know.
Look at the phone.
No?
Hey!
Okay, so now we're gonna put the powdered sugar in slow, or little by little. It looked like it was gonna. Okay. Now that it's all in there, I'll speed it up. And we're gonna beat it for like 3-4 minutes. So now we are going to scrape down the sides. Look at that. Yeah. Now we're going to put a tablespoon of vanilla extract. I just eyeball it, but it's like about a tablespoon. We're going to put maybe, again, I eyeball it, but I think it's probably like 3 or 4 tablespoons of milk. And this is where we're going to put our color in. Sophia wants a blue cake, so I have a gel blue color.
The more you put, the darker it gets.
And so we're going to beat this for probably another 3 minutes or so. All right, so it's been like 2.5, 3 minutes. Our buttercream is done. All right, there's our blue icing. Let's get to icing. I have a ice cream, a cake icing scraper. So I'm gonna use this because I like to use this. So I put some icing on the scraper.
I want to eat it.
And then I just lay it on. So let's just roughly put it on. Not rough, but you know, we're not making it pretty yet. We're just trying to put it on. So right now I'm just trying to make sure that all parts of the cake have some frosting on it. I'm going to use the straight edge, the flat edge, and try to make it all nice and pretty.
Just a little bit, and then we're on the sprinkles. Oh. It's better. Still coming out, but better.
So I have a piping bag with a large piping tip. I'm gonna put some buttercream in here. All right. Now that we have our buttercream in our piping bag, we are going to make some
Dollops. It's like putting it on a cupcake.
And then we're going to
Add some sprinkles. Then, mash it and
add a cherry on top.
Oh, it smells so good.
How old are you gonna be, honey?
9.
I don't want to grow up. I just want cake.
I like sugar.
And I put them too close. Dang it.
Okay. As long as I can use it.
Sophia's cake.